How's it going, everyone, and welcome to the end of the month. For the past month, I've been researching and recapping the daily Wikipedia article, which covers everything from cancer volcanoes to spaghetti house robberies to completely random roads in Iowa. If you don't know, every day Wikipedia features a different article to appear on its main page, which itself is viewed over 4.5 million times a day. Some of those articles are pretty interesting, and some of them are god-awfully boring. So let's list off every video that I've done for this past month. I'm going in chronological order, and since I started doing this on October 4th, I missed out on the first 3 days, so those are not going in the list. So I'm kind of bummed out I missed out on the Spaghetti House Siege. I think that would have been an instant S tier. Alright, starting with the first video is they made the fish from Finding Nemo in real life, and I'm doing this live, so I also don't really remember the videos that well. But this one was the clownfish, and yeah, that's going in A tier. That was a good video to start off with. It's something that people are already familiar with. Next one is This Man Is Not Oppenheimer Pilled, and if I had to remember, I think it's the one, the German guy who did some particle stuff in physics, and then he was like, actually, I don't like atomic bombs. I don't know, that one's going in C tier. I think that was okay. It's a little boring. Next one, what's so special about this building, in parentheses, IDK? That one's a D tier. That one was so boring. When I was trying to, that one was about a building that was in New York, and I was trying to think of a title for that, and I'm just like, there's nothing really that remarkable about it, to be honest. So yeah, that's D tier. This video, this volcano will give you cancer, 4.7 out of 5 stars. This one I'm gonna give A tier. This one actually was kind of cool. I've actually heard of this volcano before. It's somewhere near the equator. No, not near the equator. I mean, it's in South America, but the volcano itself isn't really the cancer-giving problem. It's more just there's not a lot of ozone in the area, so if the UV scale is like ridiculous in that part. But yeah, I've heard of that one before, so it was kind of cool. This video game is worth $1 trillion. This one is about Terraria. I'm gonna put a B tier. It was alright. I mean, it's about a game that everyone knows. Actually, I haven't really played Terraria much at all, but I do have a lot of friends who have played a lot. I don't know, it's just something everyone's mostly heard of. Alright, the man behind this meme. This one was Chris Pratt, and I'm also gonna give this one B tier. Thumbnail aside, the thumbnail is really stupid. It's like me when I'm in a piss drinking competition in front. I really hate drinking piss. I knew that was a terrible thumbnail, but I thought that was kind of funny. Oh, and Chris Pratt is like, I don't know, he's a guy. It was cool knowing that he was just like a dude beforehand, before he got famous. Next one is explaining the most boring wiki article. I don't know what this one is about, to be honest. But I had a lot of fun messing around because I got my friends in call for the video. I just joined our group chat, didn't say anything beforehand, and immediately just started recording, which they played along, so that was pretty funny. Not S tier, I'll put it A tier. Thumbnail was pretty funny too. Legacy tainted by nationalism. I think this one is the most. It's the second. I think it is the video with the most amount of dislikes so far, which is pretty funny because it's something to do with a Jewish guy and then Nazism. But I think he did some archaeology stuff in Greece, but he was just like kind of a controversial opinion because he was like, let's go Germany. Oh no, I'm Jewish in World War II. So yeah, that one's, I don't know, kind of boring guy. Other than that, C tier. Next one is Russian ice skaters broke my brain. This one, all I really remember is it was like an ice skating competition, and I spent half of the video trying to pronounce the Russian people's names, which I didn't have a great time with. C tier. Why are there square holes in the ground? This one was a video. Was this the video about like this archaeological site in Israel or Palestine? I don't really quite remember this one. It's C tier. Old British currency makes no sense. This one was about the 4p coin back in a long time ago in Britain. And I went on a little bit of a rabbit hunt for this one because I'm just like, what the fuck is their old currency system? It's just actually really dumb, but that was fun to rant about. A tier. Also, I remember some British coin enthusiast guy commented, which I thought was funny because I was just ragging on it the entire time. He wrote a book about Paradise on Earth, which is the thumbnail and title for that one I thought was funny because it's just yippee Yugoslavia. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in B tier. It wasn't really Yugoslavia that was the main topic of the video. It was about this guy that, I don't know, documented Yugoslavian history around World War II, I think, which itself was kind of boring, but I did get to make a funny thumbnail. Alright, next one is longest career in Hollywood history, which I can't tell you the actress's name, but she was around for a long time, and she was in Murder, She Wrote or something. Other than that, I don't really remember that much, but she was around for a long time. So that one's going in B tier. Disappearing for 15 years because of success. This one was a band, and some guy was like, I want to make music, but then he got too popular for his own good, and then he just kind of left. Not very, I mean, it's very middle of the road. It's very like, okay, I mean, there's an interesting quirk to it, but like people don't really know about him. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in B tier. This English guy is really old. This guy was actually just straight up a nobody back in like England. The thumbnail before 1066 AD. I don't know. It's kind of the only really redeeming thing about that video was that I was just really out of ideas for the title and thumbnail, and I'm like, what if I just go with a really stupid, like, yo, this guy's really old, you won't believe it, and it's like he was born in like the common era if you were to think about it. But yeah, no, this is a C tier. Wikipedia's featured article is about a completely random road. This one was a completely random road in Iowa, and I got to complain about Iowa because it was just really boring. Although someone from Iowa did comment on that video, which I thought was really funny because I didn't mention that anywhere in the title. So that was just random chance. But yeah, that's the D tier. Can the government force you to show private emails? This one, probably a lot of people would think this was boring because it's legal mumbo jumbo. And at first I thought it was pretty boring too, but then I got into it and I'm like, oh, this is, what does count as public records? And it's like, there's some loopholes that people can get through. I don't know. I spent a lot longer on this than I thought I would, so I liked it. I would put that in A tier. Biggest blowout in Premier League history. This one I thought was pretty cool. I don't follow soccer or football that much. I mean, I don't at all. But I've been watching a lot of Blue Lock, so I'm like, oh, that's the sport that the anime people play. Also, for some reason, this one did really well in terms of views, so I'm a little bit biased for that. So I'm gonna put that in A tier. You don't care about this wiki, and neither do I. Yeah, again, with the not descriptive title, no idea what it is, automatic D tier. Why does space look red? Okay, so this one was, I was looking forward to this video for a long time because it talks about the kind of Doppler effect, talks about redshift, which is a physics phenomenon, and I like physics, I'm a physics person, so I had a lot of fun just like writing out the script and explaining it, because I grew up watching people like Vsauce and Veritasium, and I'm like, man, it would be really cool if I could explain physics stuff like that. And by far I put the most amount of time editing, and this one I did like easily 45 minutes of editing, which isn't that much, but I don't know, I thought it was cool. I like that. S tier. The most numerous bird on Earth is not what you think. Don't remember the bird. It's somewhere in Africa. I remember when I was drafting up the title and thumbnail for this one, I'm like, it would be cool if I put down like, this bird is the most amount of birds on Earth or something, and I have like a graph showing like chickens versus this bird, and then I looked it up and turns out there's more chickens than this bird, and I'm like, oh shit, well I can't use this one. But yeah, B tier, pretty standard, middle of the road. Alright, next one is imagine being duped out of a crown. Couldn't be me. And this one was something about England and the War of the Roses. History stuff, I'm just not really a history person, and I I don't care that much about it, so yeah, it goes in C tier. Racism in my Wikipedia article. Alright, this is like some guy in the 1930s America that made some magazine stuff and was kind of racist because everyone was racist back then. But yeah, it was a very niche article or a very niche magazine that just I'd like, who cares? Who cares? So yeah, C tier. Taylor Swift wrote a song on how to get bitches, in parentheses, I'm still single. That's not even true, by the way. I thought it was funny to put that in the title. Also awful, it's just awful thumbnail. I can't help myself. I need to put soy checks there. I don't know. I got to write about a song from a popular person, and you know, it was alright. What I remember is the song is a little generic, but it was. I guess, you know, pop songs be like that. Some of them are good, but a lot of them are kind of generic. So yeah, generic B tier for generic. Explaining this battle exclusively through Fortnite terms. I could see a lot of people just really cringing at that, but I thought it was one of the first things I did with like ChatGPT when it like first came out was just explaining things with Fortnite terms, just like any historical thing or any like physics thing. I'm like, hey, can you use Fortnite terms for this? And it would just be so funny for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one in A tier because I had a good time making it. This guy would hate Utah, and it's why it exists at all. This guy was a Confederate guy who banished Mormons or something. I don't know, just not a very likable person. I was a little bit interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, this is how Mormonism kind of came to Utah. But yeah, I'm gonna put that one B tier. Alright, the Great Candy Poisoning. This one was also another one that I was looking forward to for a while. If you don't know Wikipedia for the daily articles, there is like a monthly queue, so you can look ahead and see which articles are going to be posted beforehand. So I knew this one was coming up, and I'm like, alright, this looks interesting. This is something that's like, it's Halloween themed, it's coming up, and a while back in 1800s, there's a guy that was selling candies, and there's a big mix-up, and somehow arsenic got into candies, and arsenic was even used at the time for stuff, which is crazy, because it was famously toxic. So yeah, I'm putting that S tier. That was a pretty fun video. And last one, I uploaded a Wikipedia video every day for 1 month. The topic of the video was actually about this song made by Bach for like church or something, and it was so boring. I talked about it for like 30 seconds and spent the rest of the video just talking about other stuff. So yeah, as for the video itself, topic of the video, D tier. That's pretty lame, I won't lie. But yeah, there's my thoughts on all the videos done this month. If you enjoyed that, then come back tomorrow, because I'll keep doing daily videos on the daily articles until I feel like stopping, which I might stop anytime, who knows. And if you enjoyed that, smash the like button, and only a small percentage of you guys are subscribed or something. I don't know how that's supposed to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the featured comment from last month.